That definitely looks like Wayne Brady.
Doesn't this guy look like Wayne Brady?
Oh shit, a little bit, yeah.
He looks like Wayne Brady.
I don't know. Who
John,
Wayne
come
Brady
here.
is. I'll take the floor. You get the couch.
All right.
All right.
So does he not look like Wayne Brady a little bit? Like a chubby black Wayne Brady, like obviously Wayne Brady's black.
Chubby black,
Lol.
already black guy.
Yeah. Does he not kind of look like Wayne Brady a little bit?
Blacker.
A little bit, yeah.
But people, if you're wondering, we are looking at, well, Gil and I have been to.
Did you all record again?
Yeah.
You gotta like let us know.
No, it's a tangent, man.
Are you sure you're recording?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, because we've been totally talking about.
No, I didn't do that part.
Okay.
No, I waited. I was good.
Thank
I
God.
waited.
We
You're
don't
a
need
good boy.
weird shit like that on here, even if it is a tangent.
No, I waited. It's just like when Brady told me about that. I was like, dude, I did not do it when you guys were doing that. Like your personal shit. It's whatever.
What
So-
time is everybody else getting over here?
Around 6.
You guys want to start some Smash here in a little bit?
Yeah, we will.
Because
I-
I think we've left those on the charger for about an hour now.
I wanted to sit and talk
Sure,
with Gil about some anime stuff while we're here on this tangent.
Oh
Makes a
yeah.
good anime opening.
You'll have to get closer
I
to the
saw
mic.
that.
Yeah, what makes a good anime opening for you, Gil?
It depends on what type of anime it is, for starters.
Mm-hmm.
Because Tokyo Ghoul has Unravel for the first season. Fantastic opening.
Agreed.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Cinematics that display hints, but don't give out the whole story.
Mm-hmm.
Or, well, depending on the tone, if they do, it's not terrible. But generally, the music has to fit well with what the series is about.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you got something preppy as shit and then it's just like dark, it can work if you do it well. But if you don't, then just get out of that business.
Yeah, first season of Tokyo Ghoul, I think, is one of my favorite openings ever.
Yeah,
It's
a great
so
opening.
hype.
just
And then second season is just like flat, one of the worst.
Yeah,
I've
they,
always
seen-
they
yeah.
tanked
For
on
the
that.
second season of Tokyo Ghoul, yeah.
It tanked out, but the opening was just super lame too.
yeah.
Oh, that's what I was talking about.
Oh.
Yeah, the second season of Tokyo Ghoul
Was okay.
really kind of like shifts into some shit area.
I feel like they could have gone better with some more explanation on some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of skimped on that. But
There's a lot of exposition missing.
yeah. But as for openings, it has to fit the theme of the show well.
Mhm.
Because My Hero Academia's first season, which is the only one I've actually watched so far, did it really well. It pumps you up. It gets you
My
excited.
boy, give me a high five. Max and I hype about My Hero Academia.
Oh yeah.
I've got the manga up to volume 7.
I saw that.
Read all the way through.
Oh, God.
So far,
Mm.
caught up. It just really depends on what type of tone you're trying to set and how
Mhm.
far you want to show off the story and what
Right.
you're making. Because if it's a show about mystery, you don't want to give away too much. But if it's a show where you want to leave a big impact, you just got to go hard.
Alright, I think if I can go in, one of my like new favorite anime openings right now, and I have told Max this because Max and I had a Fan-Ime video about this, is the new Dragon Ball Super opening, Limit Breaker Cross Survivor. It gives you enough to get you hyped about the Universal Survival Tournament, but it doesn't like hint away like people are gonna die and things like that. And I love the melody that goes with it.
Hashtag spoilers.
Well, no one dies, but
Speaking of hashtag spoilers, can we go into One Piece right now in the very end of the Alabasta arc? Where they just
I
kind
am-
of fuck it over and they give you the whole new crew, like the new people.
right,
joining the
okay.
crew.
We're talking about openings that were bad. The music in the opening itself isn't bad,
No.
but when they put it in was bad
Yeah.
because they just automatically let you know that Nico Robin is gonna join the crew while she is still an antagonist
Yeah.
in the series.
I've never liked the openings for One Piece, to be honest.
What?
The first couple are good.
We Are is
I-
amazing.
In my opinion, when every episode starts with that Gold Roger explanation,
Yeah.
it really gets old super fast.
Right,
did
no,
really
like I
well.
get you on that part.
The first time you heard it, it was really cool,
Mhm.
and then they kept doing it for like
Well,
30
it was
episodes.
definitely needed, like in the first episode, but yeah, then it keeps going and going
Uh-huh.
forever.
And you're like, all right.
going.
I left you all in one piece.
And it's like after that the opening theme comes on, and I'm just like, I don't like
Right.
it.
Like, the
I
first
need to hear
5
it
minutes of
again.
the episode are not episode, because
Yeah.
it took so long to do shit.
Really, honestly, like, one of my favorite anime openings, and it's the English dub. We'll have to go to Pokemon, the original Pokemon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's just so
But
well
that's just
known.
It's just
everybody's
so well
childhood.
known, but it's like, it doesn't give you a lot of the storyline. It just hits you with, like, look at all these Pokemon, they're so cool. Like, the opening is literally Mew and Mewtwo flying up to the moon.
Yeah.
And then Ash looking in a stadium. And that's all you really got.
Space.
Right. And so, like, I gotta give it to that. But then Digimons. I don't know
Oh, yeah.
why. I think,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Digimons is, like, super interesting. I really liked Yu Yu Hakusho Smile Bomb. Both the English and the Japanese. I mean, they're the same thing, but they're just English dub.
Yeah.
English. But I think...
I was never really into the Yu Yu Hakusho openings either, but I only watch English dubs because I like
Casual.
I like
you
I like to
filthy casual.
I like to do other stuff while I watch television.
Oh, that's understandable.
Unless it's like something I'm really interested in or something that someone's recommended to me that I watch. Like when I watched through Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid,
You're welcome.
I watched. I didn't like it as much as you guys seem to
I
did,
liked it
so-
a lot. It's so
a good
heartfelt.
slice of
It's
But,
super
but a
heartfelt.
good, I'm not a good. But again, I'm not really that into the fan servicey animes or the slice of life series kind of things.
I was gonna say I didn't like it for the test. The tests were just a plus.
Although, yeah, some of the scenarios where anime will involve like fan service and such do make me laugh sometimes.
Or when they,
Because
like, make fun of the fan service.
yeah,
The Bleach episode with the beach is like the worst fan service episode to me, though.
well,
To date.
any Bleach filler episodes are garbage, anyways.
Yeah, their whole entire arc of garbage.
See, that's one of the things too. I think they should have waited to even start the anime until around the time period that
You finished the Aronkar arc.
no, I would have waited
Not even
until
that, though.
I would have at least waited until the Fullbring arc started.
Mm.
At least.
I've got a lot of opinions on Bleach because like I wasn't as into anime when I was younger,
Mhm.
but watching Bleach on like Saturday night Adult Swim is what really got me into it.
Same.
Yeah.
I
And
really
so
enjoy Bleach.
I as much as like a lot of people hate on Bleach, I really like it.
Same.
And the ending really kind of disappoints me, but
Right.
I totally understand why it ended like it did because Kubo's been doing this for fucking years, and writing a weekly manga is fucking exhausting.
I will get you. I would respect you on that, but at the same time, I can't really like.
Well, a lot of what the reasoning that he ended it the way he did too was out of spite for Shonen Jump.
Right.
A lot of people suspect because they were telling him like kind of what he needed to be doing.
Right. Because I want to say, like, the Naruto creator, I think, had a better ending to his manga than Kubo did.
Well, again, because Kubo was both rushed and
Mm-hmm.
upset with Shonen Jump, and
Mhm.
his health was rapidly decreasing
Yeah.
around the time period that it ended. I think if he had decided to end the weekly transition or if he had decided to end his partnership with Shonen Jump and stop with the weekly releases, then he could have done much more with it. But I think at that point he was both sick all the time and he was kind of getting tired of doing Bleach, and they wanted it to keep going, and he was just like, no, I'm this is ending now.
Let's also have a moment of silence because Fairy Tail ended. Okay, fuck it. I don't like Fairy Tail at all.
I like the Fairy Tail manga.
I liked it right up until dragons were inside of people and
See,
fucking fighting cosmic
I
dragons and
haven't
shit. And
I
was
haven't
like,
read
what?
everything yet, but I don't enjoy the anime pretty much at all for it. But I do really like the manga.
I don't like any of it to be. I liked the first part of the Fairy Tail manga and anime, but then after the whole time skip thing, I think a lot of animes ruin themselves with time skips.
Yeah. Well, for me, the reason that I liked Fairy Tail when I initially started reading it is that reading Fairy Tail felt a lot like reading One Piece. And I really liked reading One Piece, but I don't like the anime quite as much. Except for in the later arcs of One Piece, I feel like they get kind of difficult to read at times.
They're so sporadic, and I will give you
Yeah.
that because, like,
Like
I
when
think-
he initially started writing One Piece, it flowed so well
But because-
between dialogue and imagery.
Right, because it was a smaller ensemble cast.
Yeah, exactly.
As the One Piece universe expands, all of Luffy's crew go on different
it's around the time skip part
Right.
when the manga really slows down.
And
in my
because
opinion.
like everyone is going, I think for me in the manga, it's when the Alabasta arc hits,
Mm.
because that's everyone is doing literally their like it's not instead of just
Really?
yeah.
That's my favorite.
I
of the
like
manga
I
part.
like the Alabasta arc a lot, but I mean like what we were talking about like when One Piece goes like super expansive with the story,
Mhm.
like it's because everyone is doing something different. And in a weekly shonen Jump, you can't just like leave someone like you have to
Yeah.
put someone in. So like one page you'll be in the fight between Zoro and Mr. One, and then the next page for some reason you're in a fight with Sanji and Mr. Two, because you can't leave. There's always something opening.
Yeah, I've always liked the writers that'll spend like an entire chapter on this one character.
Right, and I think that's why
positioning.
the strength of the manga, the anime of One Piece, is it's stronger after you finish the East Blue Saga, because you are able to get all of Oda's notes from the shonen,
Mm-hmm.
and then instead of like hyper cutting to like each fight,
Mhm.
you can spend a lot more time on an episode on one fight,
Yeah.
and then go on to the next one.
That's why when I read through it, I read up until usually kind of after Skypiea, and then that's where I pick up and I watch.
I liked Skypiea. I think that's
I didn't. I thought it
I-
was really kind of slow.
I think it was an interesting one.
I liked the idea behind it, and I really liked the island in the sky itself. But I think the villain in that arc is really kind of, eh.
Yeah, he's got a god complex, and I
Yeah,
hate
it
I
just
hate
feels,
villains with god
It
complexes.
feels really
though.
out of place in like a pirate
Put
storyline.
that light though.
What?
Put that light.
Fuck light. Sorry, fuck light. What like okay? Who are your guys' favorite anime villains? If you like,
Oh yeah, villains episode 2.
yeah.
Oh, God.
Because we never got to talk about anime. We got it.
No,
We talked
yeah.
about
Yeah.
Crocodile. That
Yeah,
was
we
the
talked
anime
a lot about
villain.
like Batman and
Yeah,
that
like
villain
who
episodes,
like
but-
you, Gil? Do you have a good anime villain that you like?
Aizen's pretty solid up until that end. But
Yeah.
Yeah, Aizen is like one of my favorite Bleach characters.
I
though,
mean,
too.
he's so charismatic.
when I-
Such a
Awesome.
bastard.
I think up until the point where they actually fight Aizen. Like I think at the end of the Soul Society arc, when Aizen is first introduced as a villain, he's really good.
Right,
But then I
because it's
think
so
as
left
they kind
field.
of flush his power out a little bit more, he becomes another one of those unbeatably.
I don't like.
OP
Yeah, I don't like
characters.
Hogyo Aizen. I think that is
Yeah.
like, to me, I think that is what really killed Aizen's
Well,
character.
even just like his Zanpakuto's
His
ability
fucking
is
hypnosis,
ridiculously
broken
broken.
I
yeah.
keep
Yeah.
forgetting
I
that's
mean,
his fucking
there's-
Zanpakuto
There's
ability. It is
people
so
that
annoying.
have theories that the entirety of the storyline after Aizen, after Ichigo initially meets Aizen, basically Aizen's death, is all not real.
Yeah.
Like that Aizen has been completely pulling the strings from the beginning, because again at the end of Bleach, spoiler alerts, Aizen is reintroduced
Yep.
and fights alongside Ichigo for a short period.
And then he's like, but at the end of Bleach, the manga itself, again, spoiler alerts, he's not tied up or anything. He's just sitting in a chair.
Yeah.
So like, you don't know whether he actually became the like. No one knows if he's like the Soul King or whatever. Like
yeah.
that.
Yeah, it's fucking impossible to tell.
But
Especially
again,
with
yeah,
his-
I
with
did
the
really
way it
like him
works.
initially because he was extremely charismatic, both as
Mhm.
a good guy and a bad guy.
Right. I will have to go like if I'm talking like favorite villain in anime, is I like a lot of the One Piece villains a lot.
Yeah.
We can
Like-
tell.
I love Aikainu. Like I fucking hate Aikainu as a person because he fucking kills Ace.
Yeah.
But as a villain,
he's
like,
a good villain.
he's a good villain because he follows his morals. He doesn't go against and like he doesn't trust the
Yeah.
world government or anything like that. And I think that's what makes me like to hate him, because like he's a dick, but like he's a dick for a reason. Like, cause he's like, the goal is to keep balance in the seas. I'm a marine. I have to take out pirates.
One of the reasons I like him is if we could flip the story the entire other way and watch it from the Marines' point of view, he'd be a super good guy.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're like, the fuck is this?
He'd,
Right.
he'd basically be like this person that your main character
Is
is looking up to.
the
Yeah.
whole
He would be
time.
the Gold Roger.
Yeah, he'd
Yeah.
be Gold Roger for the
Right,
Marines.
right.
Like, it's weird to say that, but like the
Actually, I'm gonna go back. Garp would be the Gold Roger because if you watch the story of Kobe, he's following Garp. So like, he would be like Whitebeard.
kind of.
He'd
yeah.
be the
Yeah.
Whitebeard. He'd be
Yeah,
the
he'd be the
Whitebeard.
Whitebeard.
I think since we're already talking about One Piece, I like Hawkeye a lot.
Mihawk.
Yeah.
Mihawk.
Yeah.
I always call him Hawkeye for some reason.
It's
Probably
Hawkeye.
because
It's Hawkeye Mihawk.
that's what I
Yeah.
thought.
Well, I mean his.
And it's not really
It's his
because
nickname.
Yeah.
he's a great villain or anything, but because I think that the Zoro storyline is really good. in my
Yeah.
opinion. Like, I really like that they flushed him out like really early in the beginning and gave him a really simple, not easily attainable goal.
Mm.
Like, it's simple in theory, but it's like almost impossible to achieve, and then gave him a really good reason for wanting it.
Yeah, and crushed him down with his goal.
Yeah.
Beating him.
Right.
Like really early on.
Yeah, incredibly early on.
Right. I think Black Goku was good until the end of the arc. Like for me.
I haven't seen it, but I've heard that from a lot of people.
Goku's
He's-
the new black.
Yeah. Goku Black is such a like a awesome villain because of the fact like his hubris,
Mm-hmm.
and it just shits all over it at the end when he goes crazy and things like that. And
Yeah,
like,
when he just
it
breaks down.
It kind of ruins the whole like he's a god. You know what I mean? And like that's the thing that really gets me. I'm like, yo, what's
Yeah.
your favorite villain? You're sitting here all quiet.
Like I said, I really do enjoy Aizen as
Mhm.
a character, but I think we all can agree that Noah from Yu-Gi-Oh! Best villain 2015.
Fuck you.
Dude, I fucking love Yu-Gi-Oh! Not Noah, but
No one likes Noah.
I was gonna punch you. I was
Uh,
like, if you like Noah, I
No,
swear
no
to
one
God.
likes
fucking
Noah.
oh man, Merrick in season 2. Season 2 is the greatest season of Yu-Gi-Oh! Ever.
Right.
Obviously. But well, it's kind of I think
It's season 2 and 3.
Yeah, it's season 2 and 3, and Merrick around season 3 is probably better than season 2
Because you
he's
have
so
Dark
much-
Merrick. It's
He's
Dark
so much
Merrick.
more insane.
Right.
And it's so ridiculous going back and watching those duels sometimes because Yugi will play something and it'll be like, and now you have to give me the card in your hand. And Miracle laugh, take the card, walk over to Yugi, hand it to him, laugh again, walk back, and maniacal laugh when he gets back again. And it's so ridiculous watching it that it makes it so
It's like,
great.
ah!
Merrick is like, okay, the meme Joey face from
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Merrick is like the personality of that face. And it's fucking great.
One
Okay.
of the dubs that did fantastic even with 4 kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm
Their
really
acting
glad.
choice.
I'm really glad that 4 Kids got away from the later seasons though.
my thing, I
they
was
did
gonna
way
bring up,
too much editing and cutting.
Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, I can't remember the main antagonist at the very end, but he collected all the Dragon Riders,
Yeah.
and then he became a bad guy.
Oh, Rex Goodwin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like him a lot.
Yeah.
I like him
I
as a
liked
villain.
5Ds a lot more when Jack was an antagonist and not a protagonist.
Yeah, I was gonna say Jack Atlas is though like well I think I like a lot of the rivals as antagonists more than in Yu-Gi-Oh in general. I like Seto Kaiba a lot more as the antagonist to Yugi,
Yeah.
Or
then
the
well,
Duelist
teaming-
Kingdom Heart.
right? Than him. And
I
then-
actually really did not like Kaiba's character in the Duelist Kingdom arc, and that's because of the duel between Yugi and. Well, first of all, the Duelist Kingdom arc is probably my least favorite season of Yu-Gi-Oh. Even though watching it as a kid is what got me into both the show, the card
I
game,
was like, 'cause
video
I thought you
games,
said
everything.
you hated the scene of Goku's.
I do dislike that a lot, but it's mostly because of how rule breaking the season is and strays away from the card
so
game.
much rule
And that's
breaking.
the reason that I don't like season 1 so much is because it's so much more ridiculous in there.
I play Pot of Greed.
Yeah, I mean,
Larva Moth, really?
in the duel between Yugi and Kaiba, spoiler alerts for a seriously old TV show,
Right.
for some reason Yugi decides that in this game that this is never a rule in before, that because Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon has 3 heads, he has to defeat it 3 times, and each time that it loses a head it gets a little bit weaker. And the way that Kaiba even wins that duel is by threatening to jump off the top of the tower or castle or wherever, I can't remember exactly
Oh,
where they
that
are,
episode, so he
if
can't get
Yugi
in.
doesn't throw the duel.
Oh, right, I remember this.
And this is why I don't like Kaiba's character at that point, because he turns into a serious little bitch and is like, if you don't let me win, I'm just gonna kill myself. He's like some pretentious,
He's
douchey,
a rich kid.
friend-zoney teenager.
I mean, he's a rich kid, though. I think that's like an understandable, like...
No,
Hey,
it's
he's
not.
an adopted rich kid.
I mean, he goes. He's a much better character in season 2 when he's still kind of like an antagonist, but he's not like.
He's still that dick.
He's a dick, but he's not a little bitch
that's
dick.
respectable.
Yeah, he's a dick because he wants
Yeah.
the Egyptian god cards for himself. Because
Well, he just wants to beat Yugi. He wants to be better than Yugi, who's beaten him twice. Well, beaten him once, and the only reason that Kaiba came out on top in Duelist Kingdom is because he's a little fucking bitch.
I liked Chaz from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX though. Like I think like my favorite rival for a Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
Antagonist, like Chaz is it. Chaz has the swagger of Kaiba.
I like how he's so ridiculous he is.
He's so ridiculously like like quote unquote.
Self-absorbed and pretentious.
So like
Calls himself the Chaz.
yeah.
Yeah,
The
it's pretty
Chaz.
good.
Now I'll play Armor Dragon level 1.
That is actually one of my favorite decks.
I like
from,
the Armor
from
Dragon.
the series.
The Armor
at
Dragon
least.
deck is pretty cool. And then I'll play Pot of Greed. That allows me
Oh
to
my
draw
God.
2 more cards.
That's one of the things that gets me about GX is them describing Pot of Greed every single episode. It's like, bitch, I play the game, I play the video games, I've seen every episode of the first series, I've seen every episode of GX up until this point.
My
I
thing
know what the fuck Pot of Greed does.
No, but they explain it on every monster. Like if it has a special
Yeah.
ability, like Elemental Hero burst, like the flame when you put Burstinatrix with the air guy. He explains his special ability.
Flame Wingman.
Yeah, Flame Wingman. Every fucking time. Like
Well, there's-
by the time you're watching it though, if
You
are
have
invested,
to explain
if
it
you,
to your
no, no, no.
opponent.
If you are
Yeah.
50 episodes in, you think you get the point that
But
this
their
is what happened.
opponent doesn't.
Okay, there's when you're actually playing the game, there's a lot of times where you will describe what your card does to the person that you're playing
I know,
against.
but if you're in the same duel academy with all the
Well,
fucking duelists
but
watching the
there's-
same match
But there's
continuously,
cards that you can play that everybody knows what they do,
right?
and it's like when you're
Pot of Greed.
when you're meta decking, or if you're not following rules and you use things, yeah, like Pot of Greed. Like everybody knows what the fuck they do, so you're just like, I'm gonna play. Okay, Graceful Charity is like the closest thing to what Pot of Greed kind of does. That's actually tournament legal. So you play Graceful Charity, everybody knows what it does.
And then you draw 2 and
Because
lose 1, don't you?
Yeah, you draw 3, you discard 2.
Discard 2.
And the reason that everybody knows what it does is because it basically replaced Pot of Greed when
Right.
Pot of Greed was banned. For good reason.
No, the one that the original Yu-Gi-Oh, the one that was the most fucking annoying was Monster Reborn. In the original
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh. Everyone had to explain what happened. I play Monster Reborn.
Yeah, but
Which
the way
allows me to bring back up
Well, monster.
yeah, but I can go with that a little bit
Alright,
better
but I
than like
think-
reading off the cards.
But you cannot tell me that like everyone knew what Monster Reborn.
That's true.
Did,
I mean,
like-
it just you can
like-
hear it in the name.
Right.
I'm pretty
Like-
sure Reborn's a monster.
Pretty
so
positive
you can
that's
just
what
play
it is, but I don't know. Like that was my only thing about Yu-Gi-Oh, like Yu-Gi-Oh cards, that like the Yu-Gi-Oh anime is that like in the later animes I totally understand why you like learn to do pendulum monsters and all this. And like Zikron,
Zexel?
the
What do you-
for 5Ds, the monster
Synchros?
Synchro monsters.
Oh, I thought you were trying to name the
understood
show.
No, the synchro monsters. I understood the explanation of those because yeah, that's complicated ass shit.
I mean, it's basically
Put the stars together, homie.
it's well, the easiest way to describe what the special summons are is that like synchros are like rituals without ritual spells.
oh fuck.
You use a tuner instead of a ritual spell, and then you add the stars together. And then like XYZs or overlays are like you have 2 monsters and you can basically you sacrifice those, but they don't go to the graveyard. They're underneath the new card.
And they
and then-
allow for effects.
Yeah, they allow for some pretty ridiculous effects sometimes.
That's pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie.
And but it's also it's a special summon, whereas a tribute is like a normal summon. So you can summon more than one in a turn if you have the ability. And then pendulums are like when you get 2 on each side of your board, you're allowed to special summon anything between the levels of those pendulums.
Yeah, I knew that one. That one was the one I understood.
And I'm so glad that they revamped the way pendulums work, because that shit was bullshit when they introduced it. Like, you just get these 2 extra free spots out of nowhere that you can just throw these monsters on, and then you can play every card in your hand if you have the ability to. Suddenly you got fucking 5 monsters on the field. It's fucking retarded. But now the way that it works is they took out the 2 new fields, and in order to play pendulums, you have to
have
sacrifice
one monster on each, right?
No, you have to you play one of the pendulums on one spell trap card zone, and you play the other on the other one. And so you have to sacrifice spell and trap zones in order to use pendulum monsters. Whereas before it was just free special summons.
Okay, all right. Have you seen My Hero Academia season 2 yet?
I have not, but I've gotten to past the point where they beat Hero Killer Stain in the manga.
Okay, I don't know how far are they in the TV series now.
Not
They
that hard.
just got into Stain.
Yeah.
Okay, so is it still just the 4 episodes that are, or the 1 extra episode that's dubbed yet?
Funimation was weird. They haven't had. I don't know if they have. I think they only licensed it till the end of part 1 of season 2.
Yeah.
Because
that's all
I've
they
been
got.
watching it on Crunchyroll.
But they only have the sub, right?
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah,
John.
see, I'm just gonna watch the dub anyways.
Fuck you.
I'll just wait for it.
Do you mind if we, or do you wanna?
Oh, if you spoil it, I don't care.
Okay. Well, so
I'm still on the proponent that spoilers don't ruin things for me, because it's not the ending.
right.
That really, I always know what the ending's gonna be. The hero's always gonna come out on top.
Have you read Berserk?
Even still, I know that Guts
Oh,
is
dude,
gonna
do
kill some
something, yeah,
shit,
he's gonna
and
kill
he's
some
probably
shit.
not gonna die.
Right. No,
But it's not the ending of things that really I don't want spoiled for me. It's like the twists and the story in the middle.
It's about
Right.
the journey, not the
Yeah,
destination.
exactly.
Right.
All that
What
stuff
did
that
you-
leads up to it.
What did you think about the finals of the sports festivals?
Oh, I mean, that's not even spoiling it for me. That's the first season.
That's the second season.
Oh, is it? Oh, that's
the
right.
first half
Part.
of the second season.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
I did watch some clips on YouTube. I am that guy.
No, but like you read the manga, you know
Yeah.
what happens.
Yes.
Like what did you like? Max and I have had this conversation. Like, what did you think about like the final, like
The final 2 or the final
final? Well,
4?
just the tournament in general at the end.
Well, it showed a great amount of character development for Todoroki,
Right.
and the fact that Deku was willing to sacrifice his standing to help a friend who
Right.
wasn't even really much of a friend to him
Right.
at the point.
Yeah, Todoroki
It
was
just-
kind of a dick.
Yeah, it shows the type of person that Deku is, a self-sacrificing person, which they've already established that, but it kind of just shows that he, even with people that he doesn't know or that can become an obstacle to him in the long run.
Well, they've shown him like in a self-sacrificing standpoint where he's like jumping out into danger
Yeah.
to save people, but this shows him in a
More personal, like
Like
this would
a-
affect his career
yeah,
in the
like-
future.
it's not about saving somebody, but it's about just like helping them through something.
Right.
And I thought that the way the writer did it fantastically. I mean, Deku does lose, but he still gains something out of it.
I don't like heroes that win all the time anyways.
Right.
Yeah.
What did you think about the whole Todoroki stopping from using his fire power against Bakugan? I thought that was bullshit. I thought it was bullshit.
It shows that he is growing, but he hasn't gotten where he needs to be, because it does in the manga. It does go on beyond that, because what stopped him was the reminder that this is the power that
Of
his
his-
mother hated.
Yeah,
that his
no.
father gave him.
Right, but like when the Hero Stain arc hits, he's starting to use it
And
because he
that-
talked to his mom.
He talked to his
Right.
mom. He saw it,
Right.
that it was something that was a part of him, like Deku told him.
Right.
It's not anyone else's power but his own, and that
Right.
he's free to use it however he wants. But he needed that clarification from his mother to be who he wanted to be someone not like his father. That just it really showed well in the pages.
I do really want to see him kick Endeavor's ass. I think that would be.
I don't like
so-
Endeavor. I think Endeavor is.
I
such
like
a-
Endeavor, but the reasoning that I like Endeavor is because I want to see Todoroki kick his ass.
'Cause I think
I want to see
Endeavor is
Endeavor
such.
around long enough to get his ass
I
kicked
think
by a kid.
Endeavor is such a piece of shit.
Yeah,
Just-
but in the manga, the author leaves notes in between the chapters, and it says that, yeah, he knows he created an asshole, but there is a reason he is an asshole, and he does kind of want to explain it, and that kind of makes me curious as to why Endeavor is such a piece of garbage that he is.
Well, a lot of what it's really hinting at is that Endeavor has like basically given his whole life towards being the greatest hero, and no matter what he's tried, All Might's always ahead of him.
Because All Might is the shit.
Yeah, because All Might's basically this world's Superman. Like he's almost well at this point in the storyline, he's pretty beat up and he's
Superman.
But he's
At
still
the
the
end of his
symbol. He's still
career.
the symbol of peace.
yeah,
Yeah.
but to other people, but we know that like he can
He's
only be
just
in
limited.
All Might for less than an hour even at this point. But
So-
like back in the day, he was like
Top dog.
literally this world's unbeatable hero. There was nothing that could stop him until eventually something came around that could.
To be fair, it was the world's ultimate villain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. Such a good villain.
I like
now that he's in the place where he is now, not as good of a villain.
Not
Yeah.
as cool anymore, but at his prime, he
Oh,
was a
Jesus.
good villain.
Yeah.
See, I don't know how far you guys are at in manga and or story
I,
wise.
I progressively read the manga, and I keep up with the wiki if the manga hasn't come out.
Yeah.
Because I'm weird. I like to know.
I've read most of the wiki.
I like to know.
I mean, I'm not judging.
I don't know. I really like Nomu
I
though.
just-
I think the first Nomu was super interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the-
once
the-
they start mass producing them, though.
Yeah, they got weird.
To be fair, that's because that was something we hadn't seen in the story at all, and it was just a new experience. The fact that they mass produced it was kind of something we should have seen coming.
Oh, well,
Right.
we didn't know that
It's
that's
something
how
that
it
I
was,
kind of
though.
felt like I knew that they were going to bring him back at some point. Like, when you
Exactly.
see him
Yeah,
in
but it
the
wasn't
movie,
him. Like I like
It wasn't
that
actual
specific.
that specific.
I
Nomu.
like that
Yeah.
specific Nomu.
Yes.
I like the idea that maybe that Nomu will come back and it'll be like an
Super.
actual flushed out character.
That
Instead
would
of just
actually-
some weird robot monster thing.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
whether it's a villain or somehow now a good guy.
I like Bakuga a lot too. I think he's like my favorite character. I like his reasonings though. He has some really interesting reasonings.
I really think that character could be a lot better if it was a lot less ridiculously over the top.
See, I feel like he should already be like after that point where they got in the training between Uraraka and Deku versus Bakugo and Ida. I feel like he should have like warmed up at least a little bit to Deku, but no. And I hate the character for that, but I also kind of see and respect why that is.
Yeah.
Well, Goku and Vegeta.
Exactly. You need a
Well,
rival.
that's the
But
that's,
Todoroki does the job just as well.
I think
that's
Todoroki does
why-
a Piccolo job.
that's why I don't like the over the topness of the Bakugo character that much. It's because it's so ridiculously out of place. Like I like that he's a little bit more dangerous than the other ones. He's a lot more aggressive, but he's almost like comically so. And
But I think that's what brings his character though, is that comic.
I'm okay with that being sometimes, but like just the fact that, and that's why I'm really excited to get past him working with
Best Genius.
yeah, there we go.
I like Best
I know,
Genius.
right?
Yeah, me
He's
too.
so cool.
That's why I'm really when I saw him take on the apprenticeship with Best Genus, and then he was explaining like that the reason that he gave Bakugo that shot is because he wants to.
He was sick of goody two shoes and he wanted to mold a man.
Yeah, he wanted to mold. Well, he wanted to basically mold him to keep him from becoming a villain, because
right.
he's so fucking off the edge, like
Yeah,
ridiculous.
he's Murder City, man. Like,
Yeah, I mean, his name idea was gonna be like King
Lord Murder.
Lord
King-
Explosion Murder.
Yeah.
You
His
can't
hair
have
is
that.
less edgy than him as a character.
Yeah,
Right.
and
right.
it's
that
it's-
kid listened to like
and so
Linkin
I'm
Park
ex-
when he was younger
I'm-
and took it the
God
wrong
damn it.
way.
And I'm really excited to see where that character's gonna evolve now.
He
Because
gets kidnapped. It
that's-
gets
Yeah.
super weird.
well, now you're giving away the journey.
Dick.
No, like I just
Spoiler alerts.
So many spoilers.
So many. But no, like, it. I don't know. Like, I think that one of my favorite anime villains is fucking Jason from Tokyo Ghoul.
He does his job well.
He does his job
Yeah.
well.
Well, yeah,
Like,
I mean,
you're not supposed to like him.
No.
It feels a little weird to me, like, because he's Jason, he wears a hockey mask, and
That was
That
kind of
homage
the
was-
point.
yeah.
but yeah, I feel like that's an homage, but at the same time, it kind of feels weird.
It was kind of the point to make him like this crazy person, like
Yeah,
Jason.
but like again, it just feels a little odd. It's okay, it just feels weird.
If they hadn't pushed his name to be Jason so much,
Yeah.
and maybe not
I
given him
think-
the hockey mask all
yeah,
the
the
time,
ho-
I would have been like, all
Maybe
right.
like calling him Jason and then like skipping out on the hockey mask.
Well, if he wore the hockey mask like twice instead of us seeing it,
Yeah.
how many freaking times we saw it?
I think he should have had knife hands instead.
Oh, the irony.
And then they call him Scary Terry.
You ready to get cut, bitch?
Oh man.
God,
Yeah,
he
I
still
don't.
has flashbacks.
I don't know. I think the villains in Tokyo Ghoul are pretty.
I like the gourmets.
Yeah, I don't know. I just all of them kind of seem pretty lame to me. Like they just seem. I like the idea that like the ghouls are just like regular people a little
Right.
bit
I
more.
mean, like,
And then when they turn them into this big organization thing, it kind of gets weird.
the
Like
Ghoul. I think the Ghoul Extermination Squad is one of the best villains
yeah,
because of the fact that it's the mirror.
Yeah.
It's the mirror reflection.
yeah. Although I do really dislike the. I can't remember. I'm so bad with names. I can't remember what the doctor scientist looking guy.
The crazy,
Otto?
the crazy
Yeah,
guy?
yeah, Motto.
Yeah.
I really wasn't a huge fan of him, and I think that's just because like he was designed to be that kind of like character that you hated.
It's
Mhm.
like if Christopher Lloyd and
Yeah.
Christopher Walken had a child.
But at the same time, it's like he's part of this group that if you were a regular person and these ghouls were like feeding on people,
Uh-huh.
you'd be like, maybe they should exist. But then you see like there are ghouls out there that are just
Yeah,
They
and he
don't-
just fucking
they-
murders
they
them
don't-
and just steals their shit.
well, yeah, then they don't eat like live people and stuff like that. Like they collect people that jump off bridges and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
They don't eat much.
I don't know,
Yeah.
but like that's the thing. It was just kind of like
Drink a lot of coffee.
Drink a lot of coffee.
I'd make a terrible ghoul. I hate coffee.
I would make an awesome ghoul. I will drink the shit out of coffee.
I'd add too much to the coffee. I don't like my coffee blue.
I love my coffee black.
Black is
Just
the
like
only
your
way
man.
that I can drink it.
Right, just like my women.
It's when everybody sweetens it up with other shit that I'm like, yeah.
Right, Starbucks. If you were a ghoul, you could not work at Starbucks because you
Well,
just be
there,
giving.
yeah, there's so
you-
much other shit in
You
that
just
coffee
be giving
anyways.
people. I like. Plus, I'd like to devour those people who decide to pay $6 for unicorn frappes. Be like, dude, you just don't deserve to live. Ah!
I don't even think that's coffee, was it?
No, it was
I
not.
thought it was like a, I don't know, ice cream thing or something.
It like had coffee in it,
Did it?
but there was not a lot of coffee
It's
in
a
it.
frappe. There's not a lot of coffee in it to begin with.
Yeah.
Right. All right. We're gonna take a break and we're gonna play
Well,
some Smash
that's
Bros.
another tangent episode down in the
Yeah.
recesses of